we have to get to. And I want to move on to, systemic discrimination and racism. You've been very vocal about that. I've read your platform back and front multiple times. The word systemic racism is in there. Black people, those words are in there. I can't say the same for Aaron O'Toole's Conservatives platform. I'm going to be honest. So kudos to you, and kudos to where kudos deserve to be given. But I do want to talk about the massive class action lawsuit that has been filed against the federal government by Black federal employees who've detailed years of awful discrimination. That is happening right now. I haven't heard you address that or recognize that lawsuit. Will you do that right now?
Oh, no, I recognize that lawsuit, absolutely. And
Will you certify it though?
It's part of, that is a decision to be made by the courts. And one of the reasons I haven't commented on it a lot is I don't talk about things that are going through the justice system. That's not right for politicians to do. But I will remind you, and actually you remember this, ours was the first government to recognize the UN decade of people of African descent. We've recognized Emancipation Day. We were the government that actually recognized first systemic discrimination, unconscious bias, anti-Black racism. Those words had never been used before a number of years ago when we put it forward. But we didn't just use the words. And I know that's what you're reflecting on, this words, where are the actions? Well, we stepped up, not with us to say what we needed. We talked to the Black community. We talked to Black community leaders about what is necessary. And quite frankly, some of the things that we expected were there. We need to do more on banning mandatory minimums, which we're moving forward on. We need to do more to make sure that the justice system is fair, because the incarceration rates of Black Canadians is way too high. So we're doing more there. And those are the things that sort of everybody knows. But what I learned from the community was more interesting was we need more money for community-led, community-centered Black organizations, grassroots organizations to help people. So we're moving forward on hundreds of millions of dollars of that, including with the Black Endowment Fund, directed by Black philanthropists. We're also moving forward, and I was just meeting with Ahmed Ismail yesterday, because a year ago we launched the $400 million Black entrepreneur strategy, because we know that things like access to capital that is not the same for Black community leaders or entrepreneurs. Banks don't deliver credit and opportunities to Black leaders the way they do to others. That's something we have to fix. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. I learned that from talking with the Black community, that this is something government can do to create equity, to create opportunity, and that's what we're doing. And there is so much more to do.
Can I ask you really one quick question about
Yes.
that Black Entrepreneurship Fund loan? They are loans, and yes, access to capital is so important to build up a business, but why couldn't a portion of that be a grant? Knowing the historical context where generational wealth doesn't exist to the same extent in the Black community compared to other communities. Why couldn't there be a grant portion to that?
Well, for entrepreneurs, first of all, who are getting into for-profit paths, loans are always the right way to do it. And I know that the innovative solutions and the hard work of Black entrepreneurs is going to lead to tremendous success. And that is something that we're happy to do. But on the grant side, that's what we're doing through community organizations. That's what we're doing through Black-led community grassroots philanthropic foundations, to make sure that there is money flowing into those good things that aren't profit driven, that aren't an entrepreneurial launch, because there are so many things that need to be created and opportunities given that you're absolutely right. We are doing both those tracks.
Okay.